I think we all dreamt about going to space when we were kids. But when the space shuttle program ended in 2011, I discovered a void in my life. That emptiness led to a newfound obsession with space. A few years later, I wound up bidding on a Russian spacesuit as a joke. When the box arrived at my doorstep, my friends asked, "What are you gonna do with a spacesuit?" The answer? What can't I do with a spacesuit? That's how Everyday Astronaut was born. Since then, the suit hasn't left my side. It's even gone around the world with me. From remote villages in Myanmar, rockets, and spaceships. To beautiful fields in Norway. I'm fighting a cow to get a picture right now.
Here I am on vacation in the beautiful Norway with my beautiful boyfriend.
I even proposed to my wife in the suit at Machu Picchu in Peru. These days I work with leaders in the space industry to create fun and inspirational content. I've even been invited to different NASA facilities across the country, all for the sake of sharing my excitement with the world.
Hey there, it's me, Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but NASA is doing some incredible things. This is church for us space nerds. This is where Gene Kranz was sitting when people first met him. This is with permission. I still don't know how. I love that I'm standing on something that says urine bags. This thing's gonna fly like a cat eat. Whatever that means. That dog's gonna have a sore throat by the end of the day, I'll tell you that. Especially once he tries to explain to his friends that he just saw an astronaut flying majestically through the sky for an hour. This thing has officially become the bane of my existence.
Everyday Astronaut's mission is to bring space down to Earth for everyday people, to communicate science through humor and imagination, but most importantly, to spark your curiosity, to want to find your place in the cosmos. Join my adventures as I seek to find out why exploring space is important, inspiring, and quite frankly, really, really neat. Show your support by visiting patreon.com/everydayastronaut.
Hi everybody, it's me, Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, and we are working on a project for the BFR, the SpaceX's upcoming Big Falcon rocket, and I'm really excited because we have some new things. So we already were able to build it and land the first and second stage fairly successfully, and now the next part of that is obviously it's time to rendezvous, dock, and refuel one of them and really see what this baby can do. So let's go ahead and get started.
3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff of one small step for man.
Classic rough start. I have no idea what I'm doing here with these stupid numbers and buttons on my stupid keyboard. But look, hey, look at this. Why, what is this? It's sort of a BFR-ish rocket, and for those of you that were around to check out the build, we have a fairly successfully flying, fairly reliable, all-stock rocket that works pretty darn well. And we can land both stages fairly successfully. So, yeah, I'm really actually quite excited about this. So, I haven't really played around with this too much, but I think it is time that we try to put one in orbit and then rendezvous another one up to it, and we fill that up and see how it does. So, now we test our docking skills and our maneuvering skills and all that stuff. I'm pretty excited. So thank you to all of you in here. So a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters for helping me get this Micro Studio 4/3 camera going up. So we now have a 4K new camera running. It's a little bit tighter angle than I wish. I'll probably end up swapping out lenses at some point in the future, but I'm really excited just to have a better quality camera that won't like get all wonky on me. So I'm excited, as the photographer in me is super stoked for that. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. What do you think? I think it's time to do this. So yeah, what do you say? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, hip hip. Such a beauty. She takes off with such grace. Ugh. I love it. I love it. Space isn't real, buddy, from Smooth. Good job, Smooth. They're way ahead of us over there. Explosions. Ha! No, this thing will absolutely run fantastically. You know what? I did forget to try and install FMRS or whatever, the reusability mod. And I'm a little bit sad that I didn't do that because I would love to easily be able to reuse both of these stages. Instead, we're going to have to do the old catch them while you can thing that we end up doing, which is terrifying. So, yeah. So, wish us luck. Flat sun confirmed. Oh, man. So, again, we're doing a slower than normal gravity turn because we're going to be doing a return to launch site. So, this is going to be... So, normally, by now, we'd be pretty well pitched over, like 45 degrees. But since we are doing... since the first stage is going to land back at Kerbal Space Center, that means we don't want to go... We want to stay more vertical than we normally would and not end up going out as sideways and interjecting all that horizontal velocity, because the further we go sideways, it means the more velocity we have to bleed going back to the launch pad. So we're doing a pretty slow and very conservative gravity turn, we'll call it. And that way we'll gain more altitude. But we do need to keep a solid 400, 500 meters per second in here. We'll do 400. And 400, we're going to do a quick save here real quick. And we are going to get this baby going. But right away, we need to turn this baby around. Do its boost back burn as quickly as humanly possible. In the right direction, preferably. Ideally not like this either. Come on, baby. Okay. Switch this to surface. We do have a good amount of delta V left. How's that looking? Hopefully that gets us back over land. That should do it. Let's cut back over to this guy. Make sure this guy's in a good, safe parking orbit so we can catch it later. This is how I do it without... Kerbal is flat. Wake up. Yeah, so... this is how we do it without FMRS. We have to get this guy out of the atmosphere, and we're going to have to catch this thing at some point. Oh, man, I hope I gave it enough. I don't know if I did. But regardless, we're going to get this guy out of the atmosphere before we switch over, which we are now out of the atmosphere. But we want this to be pretty far away, like more than a minute. More than 2 minutes, because that's how long we're going to have to do this. So hopefully we can still switch to this thing. I'm nervous this isn't quite going to be far enough over land. But we'll find out. Does a longer launch vehicle like yours make and increase the chance of the rocket tipping over? Actually, believe it or not, a long rocket is harder to tip over. Harder to, like... I mean, obviously, like if it's standing on the ground, it has a longer leverage. But the good thing is, a tall rocket like this... it's actually hard for it to flip over. If you have a big heavy base at the bottom and it's kind of stubby and short, it will actually want those engines to go first. The longer it is, it ends up... well, that's not necessarily true. Well, if it's skinny rather than wide, that definitely helps. Okay, we are well parked. Let's switch to this if we can. Let's see if this is going to land on top of back at Kerbal Space Center, or if we're going to end up in the water. And I'm a little bit nervous to say it looks a little bit like we're going to be over the water. So we're going to do a little bit more of a boost back burn here. We might have to revert back to our quick save here. I didn't practice this. Maybe I should have practiced this. But that's kind of part of the fun of having you guys around. Is you get to help me. You get to watch how I learn and how I grow. And how the BFR gets better every time we launch it. So... hopefully this works out okay. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to fall fairly short, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and give it a little bit more. And we're going to lock the brakes on so that it centers itself. Oh, it's probably going to land short. Crap. It's going to be close. Here, maybe. We'll see if these things actually can do their job. They do have the ability, the air brakes do actually have the ability to steer. They don't do a very good job, and I might have to enable that. Let's go ahead and do both. So we want it to stay pointed like this. If we do this, this might actually work a little bit. Nope, it's not doing much for us. It's really not doing much. Or is it? Or is it? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There we go. It is. It actually is helping to look at this. So it's using a little bit of body lift. It's got a little bit of torque there at the top. Okay. We are going to land. Wow, this worked better than I thought. Although we were just wasting a whole bunch of fuel using RCS. I'm going to do an alternate quick save here. BFR 1, landing 1. There we go. And why do I have a weird amount of legs? What's going on here? Okay, here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Eek! Too far. And we're out of fuel. All right. Well, I messed that up, but that's why we practice, guys. That's why we practice. Those are a strange. Why is there that extra? It ended up growing an extra appendage or two. Silly goose. What the heck? Well, at least we landed on land. That's better than I thought. And yeah. Whoops. We almost stayed intact. She's a little bit sad looking. I'm debating going back and editing these legs off, but screw that. Let's see if we can even do it with this alternate quick save, or if we need to go back and KSC BFR landing 1. I need to delete a whole bunch of these alternate quick saves. All right, there are a very strange number of legs, and I am very, very, very confused. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, too late. Way too late. But we don't need legs, do we? No. No, we don't. We'll keep practicing. Landing 1. BFR. Landing 1. Rapid unscheduled disassembly. A RUD. A Paul Rudd. Wonder if he knows. Okay, here we go. I don't think we have quite enough delta V for this. Crap. Only 15. You know what I think we're going to have to do? Oh, why didn't I think of this before? Hey, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to recover this vehicle. We're going to delete the one in orbit. And we're going to start smooth and start over. What's the cost? This game is called Kerbal Space Program. You can get it on the Steam store. I believe it's, what, 30 bucks, maybe 40? I'm not sure. What am I most excited about? I won't forget ready once we get a better one. I'm going to load this up. I'm going to fix those weird legs. And I'm also going to add a little bit more fuel in the interstage portion here. Why not? If we can get a little bit more delta V out of this guy, that'd be great at this point. So something like that. Why not? Did that add much for the first stage? 2,573 versus 2,000. So 70 more meters per second of delta V. That doesn't hurt. Maybe we'll add a few more of these guys again. A little bit part clippy. But hey, that looks cool. There we go. Now we got 2,000, basically 2,600 units of fuel. Sorry, 2,600 meters per second of delta V in the first stage. That'll add up to a lot extra when it comes time to do stage separation. Why isn't there 38 engines like the real BFR? The real BFR has 31. The old one had 42. But we only have 5 because this is really meant to kind of, you know, mimic the look and feel, or like the way it operates, but not really try to be a BFR, because there aren't engines that are scaled properly for a BFR, unfortunately. Are there enough of these? Did I get 8 still? Yeah, we're going to want all 8. Yeah, if I try this in RSS, I would fail horribly. How you doing, Owen Robot? How's it going? How long have I been playing in my life? 3 years. So there we go. We also got rid of those. Why not make the BFR you're making larger with more fuel tanks? The main reason is we want it based off of this opening cargo bay like the BFR will have. And I'm basing the entire build off of this single part right here. And then also the inner stage to be able to have kind of this cool looking thing with the engines tucked inside it, just like the BFR. That's why I'm building it this way. That's all. Let's see. Sorry. 4 here. Try to add a cargo hatch around the engines. Kind of like what we did up here. Does the main stage has the engines exposed though? The first stage has the engines exposed, unlike the upper stage. I have not seen the short Thunderfoot video, but a lot of people have been talking to me about it, so I need to probably watch that. I don't even know who Thunderfoot is, but apparently it sounds like he's a bit of a naysayer, which is fine. People are entitled to their own opinions. It sounds like he's trying to compare. He thinks this is going to end up like the space shuttle, and I could tell him about 1,000 reasons why this is so vastly different from a space shuttle. And I'll probably do that. I'll probably do a response video at some point. It needs some go faster stripes. Furious. We are using the suicide countdown tool. The thing is, a 1-engine landing burn is a lot less efficient. And we were on such insanely thin margins there at the end that we just can't do that. So that's why I was doing it. I would love to have enough room to be able to do a single engine landing burn, because it's so much easier. If you have the time and the delta V requirements, here's the deal. So say you're a single engine, say it's only like 1.3 thrust to weight ratio. Only 30% of your fuel, 30 out of the 130%. Wait, let me think about this. The first 1 to 1 ratio of your thrust is fighting gravity. So it's all just nulled out, it's 0. You don't actually slow yourself down. Then only 30% more than that is slowing yourself down if your thrust weight ratio is 1.3. Say you have 5 times the engines technically, 5 instead of 1, your thrust weight ratio might be up somewhere around like 3 to 1 or something, right? So therefore you're actually getting like 5 times more efficient burn because you are fighting gravity less. That's really hard to explain. I did a terrible job. I did the worst job. I should get fired. You're fired. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna do like a clean one, like almost like we just started this live stream, so I can cut it up later. All right. Hey, look, I have a BFR rocket, and I just loaded this for the first time ever today. And here we are. We're going to try and fly this. Oh, look, I forgot. There's a landed BFR spaceship right next to the pad. That's pretty sweet. Anyway, here's our BFR. We have some stuff on it, and it's great. I think it's time to launch it, though. Don't you guys think? What do you guys think? I think it's time to go. I like this view, though. I don't want to mess with success or anything, so. All right, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, hip hip. Surprised you. Got you on the hip hip. All right. So, again, I'm going to be doing a slow gravity turn on this. Again, I know the number of engines is wrong. I know the number of engines on the upper stage is slightly wrong. We only have 1 sea level engine instead of 2. If I was using tweak scale, we could make this look a lot better. But I'm trying to do this all stock so we can use the stock game file and upload that so people can play it on their own without having to keep track of which mods I had. I just think that's a fun way to do it. And it's more of a challenge to do this stuff 100% stock. That's what I feel like. You can mod it out so you can do anything. The only thing we're using in this game right now is we're using Kerbal Engineer, which is basically this and this over here, to be able to give us our thrust to weight ratios and our delta V readouts and things like that. Sorry, Golden Retriever, no spacesuit. I only wear that thing when I make videos. Trust me, it is. If I was wearing it right now, this would be me. Okay, we're gonna do a gravity turn. I would be... You would hate me. I hate me when I wear it. I hate wearing that thing. Don't make me. Don't make me do it. What's up, Hope? How you doing? We all know this is exactly how SpaceX actually designs, builds, and tests their rockets. They all sit around and play Kerbal Space Program. They're like, hey, that's great. Let's build it. That'd be... I would apply for SpaceX if that was the job. Hey, we need someone to play Kerbal. Figure out if this actually works or not. It'd be pretty great. So I'm going to try and leave 500 meters per second left over of delta V in this first stage. So here we go. We're down to 600. Let's go ahead and take this baby to 500. Cut off. We're going to do a quick save here right away. And now we're going to do stage separation. Get this baby going right away. Now we're going to switch back to this. Work on our boost back burn. Oh, look at that. We have more than 1,000 meters per second this time in our boost back burn. So we don't really need to worry about... We want to just only bleed out this velocity here. Let's see. 500. 450 sounds good. Let's try that. Hopefully that's enough. That should do it. If not, then we're in deep trouble. And then we'll have enough delta V to do a smooth landing. Yes, Daylight. We actually have a... we do have a payload dummy up in here right now. So, yep, that's exactly what we're doing. We have a pretty nice payload, a simulation of a fairly heavy payload. And eventually we'll replace this with like a crew version and all that stuff. That's what we're going to be doing, Sunhawk. We are going to be refueling in orbit with 2 BFRs. That's what we're working on today. Testing it out. See if it works. Get the kinks out of the system. And the dummy payload is just a fuel tank. How many hours in this game do I have? Probably well over 1,000 in Steam, and I played it before I had Steam for probably 500 hours. So probably 1,500, 16, 20 million. I have no idea, to be honest. A lot. More than I should, probably. More hours than I do in any other game, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely more than any other game. I'll show you our dummy payload. I'll open up the mouth of the alligator real quick. Hopefully I don't do something wrong. Let's go ahead and pop these solar panels, get that mouth going. Oh yeah, dummy payload. Just a X200 full of fuel, so that's our dummy payload. Okay, this is coasting out for 2.5 minutes. Let's get it a little bit further, like, you know, 3 or 4 minutes, 3.5 maybe. Okay, 3.5. Let's do 4. Let's be plenty sure we have plenty of time. Okay. So now we got to find this and catch it. Switch to. Hey, thanks, Calvin. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Oh, we actually went a little too far on that one. Interesting. Just a little bit, though. We're still going to be fairly close. We do have a lot more delta V than we did last time. That's nice. So let's check this out. Let's try a single engine landing burn if we have the room to do it. Currently it's saying we don't have enough. Well, we will slow down. Once the atmosphere gets thicker, it will slow us down. That's a very good thing. And we would have to be doing... See how much... We'd have 500 meters per second of delta V or so to slow ourselves down enough. And if we go to 8 here, it shows 400. That's not good. We need... Hopefully it slows down still in the thicker atmosphere. I'm surprised we landed too far west. Look how long our suicide burn would have to be here. So we're going to do this and bleed off some speed first, and then we'll probably switch to a single engine at the end of said burn. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this at first. Oh, I hate this. Oh, this makes me so nervous. How about that? You guys like that? The ground's crooked. The ground's crooked. No! No! Yeah, the ground's just too crooked there. Let's work on our boost back burn again and get it closer to Kerbal Space Center. That's too far away. But that was great. I really like doing, at the end, just a single engine landing burn. It made it so much easier. Like a billion times easier. And I like things that are easy. Oh, let's just go back to stage step here. I know this seems like a ways back. It is. I apologize. But we're going to give it another go here quick. Okay, so there's our cutoff. Stage step. We're just going to do this and work on our flip right away. I'm flipping the long way around. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. Probably should have flipped over the top. That's another thing I could fix. But we do want to burn off this velocity as quickly as we can. Boom. Do it. Let's leave like a full 500 meters per second left over. Maybe even like 600. We were a ways out there. How about 5? Sure. Let's just call this BFR post boost back 1. Boom. Okay. Let's check the map real quick. Make sure that... I don't know. 550. How about that? How about 546? Sure, that's perfect. That's exactly what I meant. Okay, now we got to keep this thing going into orbit. Flipping the long ways Russian style. Am I streaming with my new cam? I sure am. This is now a Blackmagic Micro Four Thirds Studio camera, and I'm very happy to have it. It is a lot easier for me to be able to actually control the... I can manually focus. I can do manual exposure. I can change lenses on it. Currently, I only have basically a 28mm equivalent lens on it. Feels a little tight, so I will have like a 16mm equivalent lens coming in, which I might use sometimes, maybe just depending on what it is. Like if I want to work on finishing that stupid space Saturn V Lego rocket that I have yet to finish, sorry, I'll probably use something like that so you could actually see like the desk and stuff. Also, oh, you guys can't even see now, but my wall has expanded. I have some new work over there. Exciting times over here, guys. Exciting times. Well, thank you, Hobo Jojo 996. I hope 996 is the model of a Ducati, because that's the Ducati I have. I have an old 996. If you're Hobo Joe because of Ducatis, then we are best friends, Hobo Joe. Well, SpaceX depends quite a bit on money for the contract. Wait, How do you switch this fast? I don't know what we're talking about anymore. I'm lost. I need an adult. 3 minutes. There we go. Okay, let's get back to this guy. Switch to. Wonder if you guys can hear. It is raining so hard. So hard. All right, let's see where we're gonna land this time. Oh, this looks great. And we have 544 meters per second of delta V left over. This is where I want to be. I want to land in and or around all of Kerbal Space Center. I want to wake up everyone that's sitting in their offices. That's all I want to do. How do you go into a perfect orbit? What we'll do, Victor, is a second. Once we land this, we will pop back into that upper stage and we'll circularize. And what you do is you end up just needing to make sure that you're falling, basically. So right now, you know, the rocket's going to fall like this. You just need to make sure that the orbit falls so that it actually falls and goes all the way around the body you're orbiting. It's actually quite simple. It's really cool. But we'll get to that in a second. I'm actually going to go ahead and do an alternate quick save here. BFR 1, landing 1. I'm going to try to overwrite that. There we go. I don't know why. Because that last one was cabbage, that's why. So here we are. Looking good. I just want to land in this lighter green. That'd be excellent. An unmanned science lander. Daylight. You got to check out some of my old videos. We actually have a space plane that went in one launch to Eve and back with a person on it, all stock, and no quick saves. I did it like in January or February. No quick saves. It's an entire 3-hour thing. It was the scariest 3 hours of my entire life. It was great. I had a lot of fun doing it. that's kind of when I was like, yeah, I love Eve. Eve is my favorite planet to play on Kerbal because it's so difficult. It's just such a fun challenge. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Suicide burn down to that. And now we'll use our... Like that. That is how you do it. Yes! Yes! We don't have a lot of time to celebrate, but I do have to celebrate. Uh-oh. No! No! Yes! Yes! Okay. Now... Hopefully it stays there. Good enough. Whatever. We're going to switch to this other guy. So we got to get to our other one before it leaves. That was great, but I don't have time to celebrate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. That single engine landing burn at the end really made it just gorgeous. Gorgeous. We're going to finish up this orbit. So here's the deal. Whoever asked about how do you get into orbit. So look, right now when we launched, we're just falling. We're on an arc as if you chucked a baseball really, really, really hard. You know, it got really high. Now, we stopped running. We're actually coasting. And this is actually our highest point. It's called our apoapsis. And it also, you'll hear it called apogee, or depending on where you're at, like Apoluna or something, or all these different names based on different bodies. But apoapsis is the generic term. So check this out. So once we get to here, and if we start speeding up like right now, so now we're accelerating, notice that where we're falling is actually getting wider and wider and wider. And you actually can see like out here, this is getting further and further and further downrange. Just like if we shot a cannon and we shot a more and more powerful cannon, it'd get further and further and further. And now the orbit's actually starting to get to the point where it's actually going to pop out the back side of the planet here. See this? Boom, and now that's our lowest point, our periapsis. And once we get that to the same about there, so now our periapsis is 132, and our highest point is 154. So we're in a 154 by 132,000 meter orbit. So it's not bad. We'll probably raise this up to about 200. So what we'll do is we'll fast forward up. Actually, we can just stay right here. We'll raise one of our sides up to 200. So, and you also look here, apoapsis height at the top. We're going to raise this up to 200,000. Like that. Then we'll go ahead and speed up time and get to our highest point. This is, we'll speed up and get to our apoapsis, again, our highest point. And we'll do one more burn a little bit, and that'll raise our lowest point. And the trick is you have to speed up. So notice that right now our nav ball is pointed retrograde. So it's pointed, this would slow us down, and that would lower our periapsis. But we want to raise our periapsis. So we're going to reorient the spaceship so that it's pointing the direction it's traveling. So prograde. See, this is the prograde vector. And what we'll do is we'll point it right there like this. And now we can go ahead and do another burn and watch our periapsis number there will lower. Oh, wait. Whoa, we went way past it. Way past it. My bad. I was playing around with the engines. I only wanted to burn the efficient engines. And I went way past it like a fool. So we are actually going to lower. This is highly inefficient. We would probably never do this, but how did that happen? Was I just not paying attention at all? Must not have paid attention at all. Classic me. Classic Tim. Get out of here. That's the ugliest orbit. 216 by 199. Eh. I am on... Am I in the Discord? I sure am. I have Discord open. So if you are a Patreon member, come say hi. I'll make sure and say hi to you guys. I'm doing good, the KSP player. So, there we go. Now, we have 200,000 and 216-ish. Not bad. So now we can launch another BFR. Try to land the first stage of that BFR again. And we can come up here and we can refuel this baby. I kind of want to rename this. Let's see. Where do you do that again? I forget. You do that in the tracking station. So we're going to name it BFR 1. So you're planning a Duna mission soon. Any tips? Don't with Duna, the biggest tip is don't worry a lot about having a powerful engine to get off it, because it's not much bigger than the moon, And yes, it has a little bit of an atmosphere, but you can still use vacuum engines very easily. So you can use like Poodle engines, interior engines. Don't overplan it. Like, don't think I need to get land like a Saturn V on Duna. It doesn't take much to get home from Duna. So KSP player, of course we're going to be docking butt to butt. Of course. Orbiting, that's probably this one that we just did. Okay, let's go ahead and rename this. I don't remember how to do that. Something, something, something. Anybody have a tip? I don't remember how to name these guys. Rename them. Hello. Triple click. Oh, great. I should make the Discord public and then make a private section for all the Patreon stuff. Not a bad idea, Owen. Is it noon for me? No, it is like almost. It's 3:30. Select the command module and click rename. There we go. That's why you guys are here, to make me look smart or to make me look really stupid by knowing the answers to very obvious things. Okay. Rename vessel BFR number 1. Accept. There we go. BFR number 1 is in orbit. It is time to go start BFR number 2. Back to the Space Center. I am in the US. So, it is time to load up another BFR. And pardon the noise, it's getting too hot up here. When I start streaming with all the lights and stuff and my computer starts running, I do have to run AC. You're probably going to hear from now on, and I do apologize. But, sorry guys. I am I'm so sorry. I'm awful. Alright, here we go. Loading up another BFR. BFR number 2. Now, these are identical crafts. In real life, one will be like, won't even have that upper docking port, you know, the alligator thing, and it would probably be more laden with fuel, but whatever. We're just working on kind of the concept of butt-to-butt docking and all that fun stuff. So, that being said, let's find BFR numero uno. Look at all this junk. I gotta clean my life up here in Kerbal. It is a mess. BFR. BFR number 1. Set as target. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and kind of fast forward this guy until it's roughly lined up with what I like to call India. I don't know if it is India. It's obviously not India. It just kind of looks like it. Ish. Where am I? Right here. About like that. And we are back, loaded up, ready to go. I have not seen any of the BFR busted videos, but I kind of want to. Although I'll probably just get mad. Because, yeah. I love how people think a 12 or $20 billion company is going to, like, just totally make stuff up, you know? Like, SpaceX is profitable. They're doing things that have entirely shaken up the space industry so far. To doubt them and think that they're wasting their time and money on something like BFR is pretty short-sighted. I would not bet against Elon Musk. I'm not much of a betting man, but that's one thing I would not bet on. Hey, what's up, Paul Jr. and Kung Fu Fat Bear? I have it open. I just don't know how to check. I'm not very good. I need, like, loud alarms or something for our Discord channel. Alright, well, we better do this because our target is coming into sight. So, Chris Hadfield called it a bit far-fetched rocket. I heard him say that, but he also had some positive things to say. I think he's more skeptical of the timeline than anything. And that's something to be skeptical about because it's very, very ambitious, but at the same time, they're always ambitious on their timelines. They don't always deliver on timelines, but they do deliver on their products. So, I don't have a NASA or SpaceX. They aren't competing things. It's kind of like saying the NBA versus the Chicago Bulls, to me. NASA shouldn't be building rockets, in my opinion, but they should absolutely be maintaining and overlooking the entire space, at least the U.S. space sector, and they should be developing the scientific payloads. They should be developing and maintaining all the launch infrastructure. That's what I think. Yeah. I think SpaceX, whoever lands on Mars, it'll be a collaboration. It won't be just like SpaceX on their own. They know that. It won't just be Blue Origin or Lockheed Martin or whoever. Or NASA. 3, 2, 1, hip hip! Sorry, I just wanted to surprise you guys. No, I don't like turning... We are purposely launching it like this so these wings don't have as much... we don't want them to grab onto the air. If this thing was tilted in the direction of its gravity turn, those wings might end up having too much lift and like flipping it downwards or giving it a sudden jolt in a direction that were not favorable to us. That's why we do it. I definitely need to check out Thunderfoot. I have had a lot of people. Discord does notifications. Yeah, I know this, and I have them open, but I also don't have headphones on, so I can't even hear notifications if I wanted to. But whatever. Yeah, nobody believed landing a first stage was possible. That's exactly right. So again, slow gravity turn because we're going to be doing a return to launch site. So I'm excited about the moon, though. To be honest, I'm almost more excited about us returning to the moon just because it's easier for people to grasp what that is. And I fear that people, the general public, honestly won't grasp onto how big of a deal landing on Mars is. They'll probably think it's more of a waste. But the moon is more tangible. They can see it. They can imagine it. It's so much closer to home. It's still in our system. If they see people interacting with the moon in a new way, in a 21st century way, I think that's really big and important. And I have to say, I used to be super Mars, Mars, Mars. But if there can be an economy based on the moon, let's go to the moon first. Not easy to follow 2 forms in time. Hey, yes it is. Yes it is, Paul Jr. Easy for this guy. Okay, how much Delta V do I have? What did we leave last time? 500 or something? I don't know. But that's what we're doing. I think we left 550 last time. Hey, that will actually help turn this baby around. And here we go. Just gonna go ahead and do our deorbit burn right away, or our boost back burn right away. Leaving about 400 and 400 is probably good enough. That'll be too far, I guarantee it. Whoa, way too far. Way too far, Tim. How did I mess that up so much? Not that worried about it. We're going to be landing in the mountains again. Alright, let's get this baby lined up with our... Where is our target? Right there. Beautiful. Do I know of any natural resources on the moon? There is helium-3. There is some water and ice on the poles of the moon. We're just going to go ahead and raise our apoapsis basically to intercept this guy. Although maybe we should be paying attention to this too. That's still going up. That's good. We are so going to land in the mountains on this. How did I overshoot that boost back burn that much? I don't know. We will be, that's in our future episodes. We'll be going to the moon. We'll be, after we learn how to refuel and dock, then we're going to be going to the moon. And then once we get a good moon landing, which will be, I think, pretty easy once we refuel and dock, then we're going to go to Duna or Mars with our craft. So, yeah. Stay tuned, guys. It's going to be an exciting few episodes, I think. Alright, let's just check out where... Oh, look at that intercept. Holy guacamole, that is gorgeous. We should actually stay a little bit lower and push it down like this more. And ta-da! Beautiful. Now let's switch to this. No, not add maneuver. Switch to There is water on the moon. Yep, on the ice caps. Or on the North and South Pole, I mean, in ice. Look how far we overshot our boost back burn so much. We are landing in Titusville at a Hardee's. But regardless, we're going to still try and do it anyway. Oh man, why would you play Kerbal Space Program just to hit spacebar and let the rocket fly itself? That is not fun at all. The whole point of this is to have fun, to play the game. Of course, we could let MechJeb or something else fly the rocket for us or do scripting and things like that. But this is the fun in the game. I am 100% a proponent of flying it manually. You know, Maverick style. Alright, we're going to do a quick save. BFR 2. Landing 1. How often am I going to do this as far as the live streams? Oh, as whenever it works out in my schedule. I don't know, guys. I don't have things figured out in life. Nobody does. Nobody. I better start paying attention. Which one turns on and off engines? 8. Okay. Let's go ahead and scrub off a little bit of that. We got a little bit of horizontal velocity to worry about here, but hopefully that goes away. And here we go. 1,000. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I see 100, there we go. Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! No! 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 Yes! Yeah! It's a little leany. We could transfer some fuel down into this one. Oopsies. In. There's not much to do, but at least if we get it out of the top, it might stay a little bit better. We also have to catch that other stage quick. Out. Out. Okay, well, we landed! Hey! Thank you. Woo! Alright. So there we go. Now let's get back to this guy and get ready for our rendezvous. It looks like we may have missed our first rendezvous opportunity. And we don't need to worry about recovering it. I want a graveyard of these things at some point. Wow, our inclinations are quite different. So that being said, I think we're actually going to work on that real quick. I didn't realize we had such a big inclination change on the other one. Let's see, how would we fix that right now? We would... Let's go ahead. We can put ourselves more into an orbit that maybe we'll bring the descending node really close to our intercept here. About like that. See, the purple one here is pretty darn close. And then, oh, maybe not that close, but at least the descending node is kind of on top of it. But we're going to get this intercept a lot closer. And then once we do that, we'll cancel out our target velocity. Okay, that's all the closer we're going to get right now. So now we're going to switch to target mode like this, and we're going to burn out the 163 meters per second of difference in velocity between them. And there it goes. Mostly gone. Now we are in orbit. We need to go ahead and get our solar panels up before I forget. I said we need to get our solar panels up before we forget. Thank you. And we have to fly a little bit closer to our target. So we're going to do this until we get a nice close intercept here. As long as we don't accidentally get too low here, we have a lot of wiggle room since we have such a high altitude. How's this looking? 8. We want to get like below 5 for sure. 6.7. 4. There we go. We also need to keep an eye on our delta V's. We're getting a little bit lower than I would like. I also have to keep some spare delta V to land. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Alright. 3. What was our closest? 3 point something? Oh, no, we are going to get fairly close here. 3.4. And then again, we will negate our target velocity. I'm also going to lower our gimbal on this. This is going to be the first one we land. We're going to keep the other one up in space here for a hot pocket of amount of time. Let's open up that mouth just because it looks cool. And here we go. 80. We are actually flying towards our target at this point too. We're canceling out velocity and getting closer to it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get closer to our target now. Sure, about like this. That should get us nice and close. 2.1. Let's use RCS now just to get a nice clean intercept here. 1.9. Let's get like 300 meters away. That should do it. So, like I said, we're going to have to pay attention to our delta V because we actually don't have that much. By the time we park this baby into orbit and everything, we are a little bit lower on fuel than I was planning on. But by the time we transfer fuel, we should have a decent amount left to deorbit and do the landing burn and all that stuff. Well, how close are we getting here? I'm going to do a quick save. We haven't done that in a while. We have both stages landed. We have 2 stages in orbit. Alright, here we go. Oopsies, wrong way. Let's just do this. Little RCS action. Out the mouth. Just kind of puking some steam on its mouth. And then as soon as we bleed out this velocity on this one, you know what we're going to do. We're going to switch to maneuvering via our upper docking port. And we're going to target. So we're going to control from here. And then we're going to go ahead and fly up towards that. Now we're going to switch this around so it's facing the right way. I forgot to open up those solar panels. I'm glad it's not dead. And we're going to find the other, there we go. We're going to go ahead and face this away. So like this. Once we get close, we'll also figure out which ends. These are going to dock not quite like SpaceX. They won't go wing to wing because I don't think, I'm nervous these wings will run into each other. So we are going to be docking wing up on one and wing down on one. So they'll be upside down compared to each other. But whatever. I mean, look guys, come on. I'm not perfect. Don't forget to deploy the payload. I won't. Actually, we're going to use the payload as the fuel to refuel the other ship. That's what we're going to do. We're not just going to deploy the payload. We're going to hold anti-target for now. And then we're going to switch. There we go. We're going to get as close as we can with this right now. Oh, don't get too overzealous here. Oh, we're going to be docking at night. Okay, so now we can see our solar panels. We need to be opposite like this. I'm going to go ahead and hold towards target. There we go, something like that. You'll see, once we drain this tank, we'll have a good amount of Delta V left over. Why is it kind of empty? Is it draining from there? It shouldn't have access to that. Worst goes to worst, we have a beautifully fiery crash, and we'll have to do it again. Regardless, I'm really looking forward to it. Stay tuned. Can the everyday astronaut guy do the thing with the two things? Alright, so now we also need to target this. Okay. Let's start slowing ourselves down here a little bit. If I do this on the first try, I'm going to crap my pants. And I hope you guys do too. Slow down a little more, baby. How am I looking? Oh. Not good. That's how I'm looking. Very not good. I need help. We need an adult. One of the things I learned is we definitely do want to just turn off SAS. Well, we can hold it, but we don't want it to try and turn on us. You know, sentient and all that stuff. So we want to fire up like this until we're lined up a little bit better. And fly back towards it. This thing doesn't take much to land, and again, we will be draining the tanks, everybody. I appreciate your concern, but it's not the end of the world. Come on, baby. Let those magnets do their thing. Oh, baby. And docked. Butt to butt. Look at that. Yeah. Let's bring this into the sunlight. I don't want to look at this at night. I want to look at this beautiful thing in the broad daylight. Yes. Beautiful. Alright, we did it. Like I said, it is upside down. Normally they would go wing to wing, but I'm nervous that these two wings would collide into each other and we'd have some kind of an issue. So, now I don't remember which one was which. But one of these, we're going to take the fuel out of one. That one has a lot of fuel there. Why did it start draining fuel from these things? That's not correct. What the heck? Okay, whatever. We're going to take that fuel. We're going to pump it into this one. I don't know. Which one has this? So we could try to turn around and go wing to wing. Should we try it quick? I'm not that worried about it, but I'm more worried about which one of these. I guess we could probably find out which one has less fuel. 194. Oh, okay. Let's put this fuel into the bigger one. This would be the one that we take to places. In. Okay, now check this out. We're going to do another quick save. We're going to go ahead and deploy this now that it's done. Or maybe we'll undock. I think I have a key for undocking because otherwise I'd have to undock all 8 of them or something. Quick save. I hope this does it. Yeah, it did. So now this shows 689 meters per second, and this one shows 173. So now we'll go ahead and puke out this and see if that helps. Not much. Not much at all. Well, so we are short on Delta V, but that's not going to stop us, is it? What we're going to do is we're going to fly up to our apoapsis. We're just going to crash land this thing wherever we can. Oh, we're basically at our apoapsis. So we have some tweaking to do. There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of the fun. We don't want to fly directly back into that other BFR, but YOLO. Just kidding. We'll avoid it. What is delta V? Delta V is basically how far you can travel. How much velocity you can change. So right now we're going this fast. It means we could scrub off 179 meters per second. So not very much, but watch. It doesn't actually take a lot to deorbit. So let's go ahead and start doing that. So we're lowering our apoapsis now. Hopefully I'm not flying into the other ship. Bye. See ya. Wow, we are going to have almost none. Hey, thank you, Evan. Thank you very much. Let's all give a little clap for Evan for loving some butt-to-butt docking. That's great. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get it down to like 50. So we're going to have 70 meters per second. Fifty on Discord. Alright, guys. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can happen to survive. We can definitely survive re-entry. And how much battery? Okay, I've got plenty of battery. That's good. Let's see where this ends up at. It'll probably crash into the ocean because this was our first try, guys. This is our first. We can, you know, spice it up a little bit and make it better later on. No shame in learning. You don't learn if you don't do it. If you do it perfectly every time, right? Use solar panels as extra air brakes. We'll be able to scrub off all the velocity we need to through the atmosphere. It's going to be that final like 100 meters per second that's going to kill us. It always does. It's like it's not going fast that kills you. It's suddenly coming to a stop. Oh, awesome. Hey there. How you doing from New Zealand? Home of Rocket Lab. Absolutely it's home of Rocket Labs. That's great. Water ahead. Pull up. Oh, yeah. There's going to be lots of water. We'll land over here for sure. Land on, of course, I still love you from Paul Jr. in the Discord channel. We do need to get a drone ship, don't we? I should get a drone ship out there. I think I have a craft file for one. Maybe we should do that. Alright, so now it's just a waiting game to see if our... I wonder if this will do it in one orbit. You should change the nose cone to MK 3.5 conversion parts. No, because we need the alligator. We need the alligator nose. That's the whole point of it being the cargo variant of the BFR. I'm going to do this to really make sure we slow down enough in this atmosphere. Okay, there we go. Ever tried landing on the launch pad? Absolutely. We've landed on the launch pad. We've landed on top of the VAB. Actually, we landed our BFR like this on top of the VAB. Yeah, that's the fun of Kerbals. Those dumb challenges like that. A lot of fun. So here's the deal. We would go back into orbit. If we narrow it out right now and we're basically going straight on and very aerodynamic, there's a chance we'd end up just skipping through and going through again. But we want to bring this thing down. So we are pitched up pretty heavily here to take the brunt, a lot of extra spiciness. So we're trying to catch as much air as possible, our atmosphere as possible, and that will slow us down. And you can see that we are slowing down because our highest point is coming down quickly. It's down to, as soon as this goes below 70,000 meters, we'll for sure be re-entering. I mean, we know we're on trajectory right now and a path to re-enter anyway. Oh, that's awesome, Crowley. Thank you. I'm glad you found the dragon video. I hope you learned something. And thanks for the sub. If you notice you're short on just refuel this one. We could keep doing it. It'd be like a game of musical chairs, kind of. And we could probably, you know, optimize the landing. And we could probably park this closer to 70 and not have to waste as much fuel. But that's not fun. Nappy Kid, dude, I get requests to do RSO, RSS a lot. I have it. 3 problems. Number 1, it runs terribly on my computer. When I try to stream, the computer just absolutely craps the bed. Number 2, I like people to be able to play this on their own. And RSO and RSS is very intimidating. And part of the fun of Kerbal Space Program is the game factor of it. It's not trying to be a crazy simulator. So I'm a big fan of keeping the constraints of the game. It almost is more challenging to try to design things that are realistic in Kerbal and have them operate on a decent, you know, decent scale. But that being said, I totally get it. But yeah. You know, Kung Fu Fat Bear in Discord, you know, I also have the ASDS in it. I don't think you can control it in the water. I think you have to add like jets, like engines to it to get it out into the water and all that stuff. Where did I get the Russian spacesuit from? I got it on a website called rrauction.com. I'm coming up on the 4-year anniversary of having that suit. So Everyday Astronaut's almost been 4 years old, guys. And maybe I'll do like some kind of fun video on the anniversary. I think it was like November 15th or something. So yeah, there is no launch abort, basically, if that's what you guys are talking about. Which kind of scares me, but yeah, we'll see. I don't see the BFR as being a repeat of the space shuttle. That's just my guess. The main reason the space shuttle didn't work well, in my opinion, one of the biggest reasons is because of the heat shield. And the fact that it was side-mounted to the booster. That's a bad idea. That means that there's so many things that can go wrong in that, and it did. Basically, both of the faults were because of it being side-mounted. If it was on top, which is hard to do with an aerodynamic lifting body, but if it had been on top, it's definitely safe to say for sure Columbia would have survived, because there wouldn't have been a foam strike that put a hole in the wing. And also, Challenger, had it had a breakup like that, and if the orbiter was on top, I'm not saying it would have for sure survived the full breakup, but it may have come out a lot better. Maybe the whole crew cabin would have stayed intact. Who knows? You can't say definitively. It would have been a major design change, since the space shuttle main engines on the orbiter wouldn't have been able to fire the whole time. That's the whole thing with the space shuttle, is able to use those space shuttle main engines for the entire 8.5 minutes of burning them, or however long it was. They're burning at T-minus 3 seconds or whatever, so they are doing a lot of the work. And if it's on top, you can't do that. The other big deal is those silica tiles that were the heat shield on the lower portion of the orbiter. They weren't very good. The idea was that you could like refurbish them. You know, there were so many of them. There are thousands of them. They were individual and unique, and therefore individually inexpensive, and had to be every single one had to be hand inspected, like with a microscope, basically. Not a microscope, but like with a fine-tooth comb. And that led to thousands of human hours in refurbishment. But the big thing is, it's not a very good way to use a vehicle. So SpaceX's Pika X, their ablative heat shield, is over-engineered to be able to ablate like 10 times. And I have a feeling that's what BFR will do. It will be an ablative coating that they can just reuse a bunch of times and just double check that it's not falling apart and things like that. But otherwise, they'll just keep using it as such. All right, we just don't want to land in that water, which we won't. Thoughts on SLS? I'm going to fall into the fallacy, into the sunk cost fallacy. I will go ahead and say I want it to fly, mostly because we're this close to seeing it fly. Yes, it'd be probably better off right now, to be honest, if we canceled it and if we put those money put that money towards the private sector and had them build a spaceship on their own, I think that'd probably be a lot better. But that being said, SLS can still do some work for us. I think it'd be really cool to see fly. It's just a selfish thing at this point. Like, we're this far along in it. I make fun of NASA and Congress for falling into that fallacy. Yeah, I will fall into it myself. We have what it takes to, almost entirely what it takes to launch one rocket. It would still probably cost $1 billion at this point to launch that said SLS, which that $1 billion could probably go a lot further in the private sector. But I do want to see it fly just because it's cool. It's huge. It's awesome. It's huge. It's awesome. But I wanted them to do something with it. I'm sad that the first mission is going to be EM1, which will just be launching the Orion capsule on a lunar orbit, or a lunar. I don't even know if it's a lunar orbit. I wish it was doing something cool, like putting up some kind of big portion of this, of like a new portion of the ISS or something. Name your drone ship. Kiss my butt from Player of Games. That's awesome. I should do that, Paul. SLS is for people who like manual transmission in cars. That's very cool. Yeah, SLS is basically the epitome of old school rockets. Big SRBs, big, massive, giant Saturn V like. Okay, so now, how much delta V is it going to take to actually bring us to a halt without using RCS either at any point? Let's just see if we can land this thing somewhat intact. We aren't going to do a perfect landing, I'll tell you that right now. We are going to switch to that main engine, which only has 64 meters per second of delta V. Yay! Project Starshot. Now remind me, is Starshot is that SpaceX's constellation? Because or is Starshot the laser? I'm so confused. Starlink is SpaceX's. Starshot is the laser shooting towards like Proxima A and Proxima B. I think, in my opinion, the laser beam shooting small spacecraft towards Proxima A and Proxima B might be the most important mission of our lifetime. And I want that to happen ASAP. I want that to happen within a decade. It won't. It'd probably be 15, 20 years. It could get to Proxima A or B in 20 years. So I want to be alive to see that, and I want to be alive to see the images and collect the data from that. So, yeah, I think that's extremely important. The SLS upper stage is not really designed to be reassembled. They just have payloads that are modular-ish. Not the upper stage, though. Especially not the cryogenic upper stage, or the, I don't remember. I just saw it like 2 months ago at Kennedy Space Center. We got to go in and check it out, and it was a lot of fun. It is cool to see that they actually have the parts. So check out how much delta V it's saying we're going to need. We're going to need 400. I'm thinking we're going to try and do we're going to flip it around here without RCS. That might be very difficult. Don't worry. This looks like it's totally out of control and like I have no control over it, which I totally have tons of control, guys. All of it, for sure. Don't worry. I'm just trying not to use RCS. We might be bringing this thing down like a brick, a spinning, beautiful brick of sadness, but we're bleeding off some delta V. Let's do a little note. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, baby. Come on. We need to reverse these stupid things, but it's spinning too much. Come on. Come on. I'm getting sick. This feels so, that one movie, whenever I do a view like this. What is that movie? Why did it switch? Okay. Come on. And we are definitely going to die. But hey. I'm okay with that. Interstellar, thank you. Full-blown Interstellar. Awesome. Thank you, Nikhil. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, we knew ahead of time that we did not have enough delta V to land. But we have plenty on that other upper stage. Should we try and land that guy? I kind of think we should. I think we should work on landing this guy right back at Kerbal Space Center. Hello? Can we do this? Can we do it? I don't know. Very smooth landing. That was about as smooth as it gets. Alright, let's get back into this. Let's just try to land this. And at least we have, if we can land one of them, it defeats the whole purpose of the butt-to-butt refueling and all that stuff being cheaper and all that. But if we land one of them, we'll have the concept kind of proven out for ourselves and our family members. They need to know. My family doesn't care at all. Okay. We are going to totally have to wing this. But look at how much Delta V. And on this guy, we can go ahead and release this payload. And if we want to make sure we have plenty of Delta V, we will do this. In. Oh, look at all Delta V for weeks, guys. We could go out to the moon and back, basically. Couldn't land on the moon, but we could do a little lunar visit. So I say, what do you guys think? Should we just visit the moon quick, do a little 1,300 meters per second? That might not quite be it. We could get out there. We'd be really risking it. What's it take? 700 to get out there? Ooh, I don't mind that idea, the cough. Doing some air brakes up top. The craft file is in, I posted that in my last video that I posted, which was building, launching, and landing this BFR rocket. I have the craft file in there, so go ahead and check it out there. Carl says it's doable. Don't risk it. 50-50 in the Discord channel again. Oh, but we have Loopy coming in. We're gonna, if the thing is dangerous, don't do the thing. But that's not the, this is Kerbal Space Program. We're supposed to live on the edge. Right? We're going to the moon, guys. Making the call. We're going to the moon. We're not going to land on the moon. But we are going to the moon. Let's just check out, make sure we have enough Delta V to... Oopsies. Didn't mean to do a massive inclination change. Let's just double check that we have enough Delta V to go there. Although in my Discord channel, apparently we had 2/3 say no. Set as target. I just want to see. This would require 765. Guys, what are your qualms with me visiting the moon? I feel like this is a great idea. Now, how do we get a free return trajectory out of the thing? Somebody smart, teach me. We go past it like this until it flings us back in towards Kerbin? Is my guess? Yep. That's my guess. There we go. 780. We won't get very close to the moon. Go in front of it. Here, let's start this over. So if we want to go in front of it, we want to do something like this. We're going to add a maneuver node a little bit closer down here. Get out of here. All this cabbage. Something more like this. Right? Is this in front of it enough? Is this in front of it enough for you? How about that? Is that cool? 750 meters per second. We'll end up lower than we are now. There's Discord in the Discord channel. What do you guys think? Is that going to be worth it? How about that for in front of the moon? Aha, aha. I want to get closer to the moon, though. I want to taste the moon. What good is flying there if we don't even get to hang out there and say hi to its family members? Perhaps this is what we need to do. More like a this. Bring it like it's cheese. How about that? We get nice and close, down to 673. How do you join the Discord channel? We reserve the Discord channel for Patreon supporters. If you want to be a Patreon supporter, check it out, patreon.com/everydayastronaut. That's how. Okay. We could also do a minimal burnout there probably and bring ourselves back. Push it to the limit. Well, I'm a big fan of this free return trajectory idea. And we're going to do it. That'll bring us right about back to where we're at. We can do a little maneuver up there. Focus view on the moon, huh? I'll listen to Carl. I trust Carl. Oh, so we need that maneuver node to go in front of it, the other kind of in front. Like the in front that's in front of it. Not a bad idea. What? So we're going to have to give it more delta V. Push that baby out in front. There we go. Look at that. Now that's a free return trajectory, I think. Now I'm confused. I need to look back at our maneuver node. Our periapsis in that would be... Let's straighten this baby out a little bit. We are all kinds of wonk. Look at that. If we do this burn perfectly, you too can come home. Something like that. We're doing it! If it's free, it's good. Exactly. I can get super, super close to the moon. I do want to get super, super close. It's just so tempting, isn't it? I feel like I'm going to have to play around with this node for frickin' ever, though. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna go around the moon. We're gonna find a little moon cheese. We're gonna looking for some cheese. No, no, other way. What happened? I ruined it. My Saturday's ruined. So is all of yours. So touchy. Okay. I forget, how do you do fine controls on stupid maneuver nodes? Is it shift or something? This is the touchiest thing ever. I just want to get close and taste the rainbow a little bit. Can't the guy do that? There we go. Look at that. 25. We're going to skim it. Mouse wheel down. Nobody can beat Scott Manley. This is just a fact of life. Nobody. Well, look at this. If we do this, we will, what's that called? Die. Some things are worth dying for, right? Sorry. For those of you that requested middle mouse button, hate to tell you I don't have a middle mouse button. Oh, you all hate me. Okay, we're gonna find this Periapsis. Ah, I thought we had it. Is that further away? 70. Now we'll go like this. Here we go, here we go. This is it. Periapsis 45. Boom! We do it! You need a very small inclination change. It can be done this node or in transit. Carl, you're always right, but I don't mind coming in a little spicy. Sounds like fun to me. We're gonna do it. We're gonna zip zap and go all wonky-eyed to the moon. We'll do it in transit. All right, we're gonna do a little quick save. That took way too long. What was this? Kerbal Node Maneuver Manager.com. I don't even know how long this burn's gonna be, so we're just gonna taste the engine real quick. No, it's not. 19 minutes. There we go. 4 minutes. Sure. So we want to burn 2 minutes in front of it, 2 minutes behind it. Is that possibly right? Yeah, it is. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. It's wrong. 2 minutes. Okay. So 1:30. Sorry, Paul. I don't want to make your wife angry that you didn't clean the garage by distracting you. Alright, let's do about like 1:23, 2, 1, hip hip. Looks like we went a little bit ahead of the node, but whatever. SpaceX didn't really say anything about the BFR Earth-to-Earth ticket prices, but Elon did on his Instagram. He said they're going to be comparable to economy ticket prices for airplanes, which is nuts. We're working on that video right now. Yeah. We're going to be, that'll be the next video we post. It'll be just kind of doing a review, an analysis, and a rundown on SpaceX's plans to use the BFR as a point-to-point Earth transportation. Yeah, we'll see. We will see, won't we? Okay, getting our burn going to the moon. For those of you unfamiliar, as we speed up here, it raises our apoapsis and we get closer and closer to the moon. My translunar injection is way too inefficient, says Nappy Kid. I don't think it's too inefficient. He's thinking I have too low of a thrust-to-weight ratio, and I think it's just fine. How you doing, Toby? Will the BFR get launched aboard escape pods? I don't think so, but that'd be awesome. No, you don't fire at the moon. You fire ahead of the moon by 90 degrees. And we're trying to do a free return trajectory, so we are going further ahead of the moon than we normally would. What's going on? We are taking a BFR out around the moon just for a quick little joyride. Gotta pay attention to the end of our burn here. So now it'll go through the moon, come back out the other side, and start sending us back towards Kerbin. Okay, so now we need to pay attention to this periapsis here. So ideally, I want to nail this right on the get-go. Ignore that thing there. I don't care if we're coming in. Uh-oh. I do care if we are going to intercept the moon. That ain't good. Okay, Toby. You're probably going to get your wish. Don't worry about periapsis yet, says Master Toby. Is this the right... Am I doing this right? Most likely not. Focus on the moon, says Toby. And then we'll probably do that point north to north thing or something like we always do. Okay. Something like this. And we will... We need to come out of the moon. I mean, Carl. Why are you Toby? Why did I call you Toby? Wait, why am I Toby? I don't know. Good question. Why are you Toby? Okay. We're going to pop out the moon here and have a baby. There we go. 1300. So now we'll have to change our descending node here. Yeah, there we go. Toby equals Carl. Alright. Hey, look what I did. Look how much delta V we have. Hey, 418 is better than we had before, right? Right? Right, guys? Right? It's going to be beautiful. So we don't want to worry about the fact that we're going to smack into Kerbin on the way back right now. Okay, we will make it crazy super low. There we go. Quick save. I don't care. When you are at periapsis on moon, you can worry about your Kerbin return. Alrighty. Let's go to the moon. Pew, 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 pew. Here we go. Let's watch this baby get closer. Bye. Bye. Hey, moon. Can we be friends? I'm listening, Nappy. Also, we have a message from Marcus. Howdy, 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 Marcus. Although he's probably not. He's probably not in the right Discord channel portion. Streaming place. Alright, we're going to keep flying out here. You think I should close the mouth? I think that's the beauty of this thing being in space, is that it can fly around with its mouth open and not catch too many bugs. Alright, here we come, moon. Whee! Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. When the pink node is on the yellow node, well, again, we aren't trying to get straight to the moon. We were trying to get ahead of the moon. You're talking about your prograde vector going through your target, which you're correct, but that's not what we were trying to do. We aren't landing on the moon. Let's get a little closer. This is going a little too slow for my taste. Oh yeah, nice and close. Nice and close. Get down low. Oh, baby. Okay, we are getting close to that periapsis. Let's go ahead and take a look here at our big thing is we're going to want to point north now, I believe. Oh, I don't have satellite control. Great. I forgot we have that on right now. Where is that? Oh, I didn't realize you could change the nav ball right here. People ask how I do that. Right there, everybody. Anyone remember how to do that probe control thing? Well, they added more settings in here. You used to not be able to get all this stuff. Oh, here we go. Difficulty customs. And then advanced. And then we will say...
It seems like that was off. Well, we'll try anyway. That seems backwards, but... Yep, that's not working still. Advanced. That seems like the way to do it. It's in basic. There we go. Oh, I also have reheating to 120. Why not? More of a challenge. Okay. We regained control. Thank you, guys. And we want to fly north, so the other way. The other north. Hey, thanks, Nikhil. There's 3 launches on Monday. All I know of SpaceX's. Oh, is that when the NROL one got rescheduled too? And the SpaceX one is at SpaceX one is in Vandenberg that day. I will be hosting the SpaceX one for sure. Eventually, I'll get into doing all the other companies as well. But for now, I'm just most familiar with SpaceX. I don't want to say something really stupid on air, you know? Stupider than I already say about things in life. Wait, it's not good to point to do... Oh. So what do I need to do to fix our... Do I go... I love strata launch ideas, by the way. Big fan of them. Should we be slowing down a little bit or speeding up a little bit? We don't really have a periapsis to find out if it's going the right direction. Probably not. Probably should go prograde. Great for changing velocity, terrible for changing direction. You're right. I knew that even, because once you're far out there, it's really easy to do an inclination change. And we're the opposite of far away right now. So I want to go prograde. There we go. I can see this working out. There we go. Keep going. Keep going, baby. I would like to have about 250 meters per second left over to do our landing burn. Let's double check here. We're just going to look at Kerbal and make sure we're going the right way. Eek. We are very low on fuel. So we risked it by going to the moon, and it's worth it. Worth the pain and suffering. Alright, I hope we can survive like a 40,000 thing. Good enough. We're going to do a quick save here. This is going to be called BFR, Lunar Returner. Luna Retuna. There we go. Okay, still plenty of Delta V to land. I think you're right. Let's do this. And here we come. We are coming home, guys. That was a beautiful moon, little visit to the moon. Visited the moon's gift shop. We bought a few keychains. We got a shirt that says I visited the moon, and all I got was this dumb shirt. All the standard stuff. And here we come, Kerbin. Make a space rap video. It's not really my type of thing, but great idea. I would call it, the rap would be called Space Rap. How to rap in space. I'm not very good at this. Are we going the wrong way? Where is my... Oh, holy moly, guys. We're going to be coming... we're going to be coming in backwards. This is going to be extra spicy. YOLO. This is great. Yes, I just said YOLO. Why? 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 Why?
So much speed. So much good, healthy speed. So I don't get what you're talking about there, Paul Jr. I thought SpaceX SAS... no, that got rescheduled. The SES launch that was supposed to happen today with SpaceX got delayed when the NROL launch got pushed back. And now the Vandenberg launch, I believe, is next. Is that correct? I haven't looked at the schedule lately, but that seems to be about what it is. All right. Nappy Kid's right about that. Well, no, that's not necessarily true because it depends on where your inclination change is. If you're at an apogee of a really, really, really high apogee, you don't have to expend that much delta V at all. So a lot of it depends. Iridium is Monday out of Vandenberg. And then Wednesday is probably still... Yeah. Okay, if I see it's coming down, if it's going to come down over water, let's go for a skip landing. I like the way you talk. Holy moly, what if we were... There's no way we can bleed off enough velocity for a Kerbal landing right now. But what if we did? That would be the most beautiful thing that's ever happened. We don't want to flip over. That's the one thing we don't want to do. So we are going to spend a little bit of RCS on that. This is all fine, whatever. It's not going to kill us. But I do want to make sure these guys are at 150%. Give us a little more control. There's another one in there too, which is really hard to get. Oh no. Stuff's blowing up. I believe it's RCS thrusters. Yep, those are our RCS thrusters going bye-bye. Also, we do have our re-entry heating at 120% for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why that is, to be honest. But hold on to your butts. Did we lose that other wing? We may have lost a wing. Or an elevator. Oh, there it is. There it is. Come on. This is crazy. At least we're going back up. So we basically reached the peak heating. This is going to be a multi-pass, which is fine. Trying to kind of do some S-turns. They aren't working out too hot. It's not the prettiest looking thing I've ever done. As a matter of fact, might be one of the ugliest looking things I've ever done in Kerbal. Although it is working. We are almost down to the point of being able to slow down and re-enter. Whoops. Maybe I should pay attention here. Alright, we are going to try to head a little bit north. This will maybe ensure that we land on land. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe it will. Alright. We're doing something. I don't know if it's right, but we're doing something. Alright, come on, baby. Come on, baby. You really got to slow down here. We got to get you. We are increasing our altitude right now, which is somewhat disconcerting. In other words, we should be going prograde and make sure we're landing over what I call Russia.
/ Upper India. Okay, let's work on this glide, actually. That's where we should be aiming. Right over there. I don't think I've ever landed opposite the spin of Kerbin. So this is interesting. Nah, we won't land in water. We'll push this thing out. We'll head a little south now. All that time trying to head north, and now we want to go south. We will be reversing the flaps for the powered descent. And let's actually pin these now so we can get control of them when it matters. And there we go. All right. And then NROL had another issue today, actually, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Or yesterday. Some kind of, it's actually, the Atlas V is actually heading all the way back into the vertical building, even. The high bay integration thing, whatever it's called. That. We're also going to switch engines here. 199 meters per second of delta V left over. This is going to be tight. You know, I don't often say I'm wrong, but darn it was I right in taking this baby to the moon. Yeah! Best decision. Clearly. Vertical integration. What was it called? High Bay, HIF, High Integration Facility. Something like that. Alright, I'm tired of waiting. Let's do this. Slow down, baby. Slow down faster, please. Always listen to the Patreon. Maybe. Maybe. I can't promise. The big thing is I really just don't want to land on mountains. Nor do I want to land in thy lake. Alright. Again, we are heading west. This is an unusual landing circumstance for anything. Carl says I have plenty. If Carl says I have plenty, then I have plenty. I just don't think he's right. It's going to be close. Doing some big old fatty S-turns. Like a pro. Okay. Let's get down there now. Time to really put on a show. Here we go. Nosedive City. I said, Nosedive City. Yes. Oh, hi-oh. There we go. There we go. That's how you stop. That would hurt. Your brain would be mush. Luckily, this thing doesn't have a brain. Boy, it's fighting me. There we go. We have regained control. Okay, so as long as we don't land... I'm going to go ahead and do a quick save. Alright. Then even do an alternate quick save. That's how risky I am. Look at that. It says Delta V is going to require... Wait. Suicide burn. It's thinking it's going to take 460 right now. It'll take less than that. Let's start bleeding off a little bit of vertical velocity. Oh, okay. Well, we're doing this. We're going for the flip. And landing gear out. I wonder if we open this. Do you think that'd slow us down a little bit more too? I don't know if it did. Doesn't seem to. In real life, you'd bet your biscuits that'd work. Okay, I gotta start paying attention here. And...
Not enough delta V. Plain and simple. Well, that makes 0 and 2 for landing. Too hot, need to flip later. Marcus, how you doing, friend? We could try that flip a little bit later. Let's try it again. I don't think we have enough delta V to land this thing. The payload survived. That's all that matters. Alright, let's pin this baby again. Let's grab this guy, pin it also. We're going to try and bleed off more of that. We're going to try and land, do this for a little bit longer, kind of feathering out and hopefully getting a little, extending our glide range a little bit. That could help. Slow ourselves down even more. Let's get this landing gear out. Okay, that's as much as we can do. Now we're going to have to do this. How about that? Oh, that was close. That was really close. I actually liked it. That was cool, doing like the kind of proper thing. Oh man, I like that a lot. Okay, I think we can do this. I think if we really just hone that in, I think we can do this. Oh, I think we can do this. Exhilarating though. We could use, if honestly, I just got greedy by taking this thing to the moon. I think if we had 300 or 400 meters per second of delta V, it'd be absolutely no issue to do this. But instead, here we are. I got greedy, like always. But I like to live on the edge, and I think that's why you guys love me. You don't want to see some Joe Schmo just going willy-nilly on stuff. You're here for the action. Oh, yeah. Not what I meant to do at all. Yeah, looking good. Hey, actually, this isn't the worst thing in the world. Come on. Nope, nope, nope. We don't want to go into flat spin like the movie Top Gun and kill Goose. Sad fact of the day, if you guys want to know a sad fact of the day. Did you know, for those of you that are old enough to understand what Top Gun is, in the movie, they went into a flat spin sort of like that where it was kind of yawing uncontrollably. The pilot that performed that maneuver, they actually got stuck in a flat spin in real life, and he actually died making the movie. Which to me is crazy, crazy sad. We're going to go right after this, like that. We had 0 delta V left over. We still hit the ground going about 30. We don't have enough. I don't think we can land this like a plane, but I like your thought. I like where your head's out. Let's give it another try. I'm going to actually, why don't we use up all of our delta V in control authority and making sure that we can maintain a decent glide slope. That might be fun. Ooh, flaps into aero brakes. I like the way this guy thinks. We could have one go one way and one the other way. They aren't very big. If I had more flaps, that might help. Let's just try this. Let's just try using RCS along with our elevators and just try to glide this thing and land it on its belly like a little baby. Come on. It is hard to... This thing, as soon as you get going too slow, though, it gets angry.
I'm just afraid even if it's totally level, I don't think it has enough lift to overcome its own weight. But here we go. We're going to do something like that right at the very end. Actually, I'm just going to fly this thing freaking cowboy style. Cowboy style! No! Hey, nothing blew up! That was great! That was awesome! Apparently that actually works. I didn't think that would work at all. I would try it again. I think that's... If I can nail that landing, that'd be super, super hot. Let's do it. We didn't break anything, so we have that. We have that at least. We have that. Alright. We'll get this. That was actually really cool that it worked like that. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that that would work because that's about what the maneuver they're looking for. The only problem is, yeah, I just have to totally wing it with throttle controls and stuff. I really wish that the Vector wasn't quite this powerful because it ends up making it... I'm going to let it have a little bit more gimbal though too, by the way. Okay, so we'll stay about like this. Quick save down lower, yeah, because we already had a kind of a decent one so far. We'll quick save here. The BFR, the booster does not have legs. It'll land back in the launch clamps, but the BFR spaceship portion does have little landing legs. We see it in all the renderings. Okay, here we go. Start trying to pitch up as much as we can. Something like this. That wasn't as smooth as my other one. Okay. I have to get a little bit lower. I don't want to... I want to bleed off as much of... Especially with that horizontal velocity. So if we can hang it like this for a while and then put the tail down, I think we can do it even with this low amount of delta V remaining. Low amount of fuel in our reserve. And I'm going to hold off on using RCS as long as I can. No, I believe the spacecraft portion will have legs on all versions. Something like this. Ah! Crap. A little too violent there. Okay, we'll get it. We'll get it. I am landing on a slope. Maybe I should try and turn around the other way. I like that idea. Making some drastic maneuvers right here at the last second. Nothing. Oops. This thing kind of hates flying. Let's see if... I don't know what we're doing, but we're trying. Wow, it actually could reverse its own direction. Kind of impressed. If this works, I'm going to laugh so hard.
Almost. Let's see. I think I'm going to, yeah, 90 degree will probably be fine. Let's go ahead and go towards that the north heading here. Something like this. This might work. This just might work. Except for we're starting to get into that flat spin. Goose, no! Now I wish it would have. I don't think the big doors actually do anything, to be honest. The space shuttle did do a circle like that, but it also had a lot more altitude. We're doing this maneuver quite late in the grand scheme of things. We could edit our quick save file and practice this landing by just going up another like 1,000 feet. Maybe this will help. Okay, baby. Don't want to go up. That was wasteful. Wasteful, wasteful, wasteful. Dang it. Well, I have to turn on... I have to use RCS in that maneuver because I don't have enough control authority with just the wings. It ends up going into a flat spin or something like that. So here, I'll show you guys. I can't do any maneuver like that all under the all with just the elevators. It doesn't have the kind of control that we need. I'll show you because I tried that at the very first time. I'm turning on RCS because it's basically necessary. So we're gonna get into our roll here. We don't have much time to do this. I did pitch down a little more. This might actually help. Okay, I definitely have to use RCS now. Crap. That'll look really cool if I can nail that. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think forward. We technically touched down going straight forward that one time. Let's do it again. I like this. This is fun. This is a fun challenge. Like, can we do it? An RCS power descent. That's not a bad idea. I could do that at the very last second to help bleed off some of that velocity. I probably will try a little bit of that. Let me double check. Yep. Okay. So H it is. Alright, pulling up here. Too late. That hill really, really, really sucks, doesn't it? Well, this is interesting. Oh! Hey! How did it not break? Oh, now it breaks. The hill sucks. The hill adds... Actually, it doesn't look like that big of a hill now, does it? That was cool. That was actually really cool. We'll do it one more time. The very last part there, focus on the nav ball and go for retrograde. I think we can do better. The BFR is methyl locks and lock thrusters and not Super Dracos. That's exactly correct. I asked him last year at 2016's IAC. I asked Elon about that exact thing, and he explained that they're like I'll have to find the video file. We could maybe pull it up. He actually answers in very in-depth about the thrusters, and he says they're massive and hugely powerful, and they don't use monoprop. They use methalox and oxygen. So let's get that gear ready. Okay, baby. No! All out of fuel again. Crap! Dang it. Yeah, we can try. I don't think I have enough RCS to actually provide us lift and land on its belly. Put SAS in surface mode. Were we still in orbital? We're in surface mode. I'm telling you, I have to use RCS in order to pull up. We'll try a little bit of... If I pull off too much like this, we don't have any way to come up and go vertical at all. So here's where I definitely need to start doing RCS. I'll try and land it like this. Hey, that actually is working way better than I thought. Oh, that almost works. You know, if I had more thrusters on the bottom, in the time that you were slowing down at the end and you were maintaining the low altitude, the gravity losses were killing you. You have to rotate back further and slow down at full power. You're right. Yeah, the horizontal speed is what's killing me in these approach types. Shouldn't have gone to the moon, says Kung Fu Fat Bear. But what's the fun in that? We had to. I mean, we could have landed with margins galore, and we could still land another one. Go up and maintain a higher altitude. You're right. Maybe I should try and do that pitch up maneuver like up high. Bleed out all of our velocity like that, our horizontal velocity, while pointed pretty much upwards. The only problem is RCS fuel is also our landing fuel, so we can't really... It's not just using RCS fuel, we're also using our engine fuel. So now we don't quite have enough delta V to slow down before we smack into that dumb ground. So if we just have more delta V, we have the control to be able to do this. As a matter of fact, do I have permission? Are you guys done with me trying this exact landing scenario? Ethan says I should go work for SpaceX. I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon. I like not working for SpaceX and knowing what happens on the inside at SpaceX and being able to freely talk about it and not have like a legal battle for like ITAR and stuff. So you want the save file? Hey Carl, we have... Oh, you want the actual quick save file? I don't know how I can... How would we do that? I would actually, you guys, I would love for you to be able to play around with it too. It's fun. No horizontal though. Yeah, I can't work at SpaceX. There'd be no everyday astronaut if I worked at SpaceX. Just belly land. I do have Kerbal X, but do you guys need the spaceship file too? Like I said, I could also give you that because that's in there too. We're just gonna do this first until we can't do this no more. All right. Just gonna do this. I know it's wasteful. I know. I can hear you guys yelling at me now. Just gonna bring it in like a plane. I kind of want to play around with this with just infinite prop and just see how smoothly and sexily this thing will land on its own. Dang it. Here, I'm going to do this quick. I just want to land it as smoothly as I can. Oopsies. Wrong one. Alright, I will put this quick save here. I will put it in the thing in a second. You guys might have to help me how to do that. I kind of forget. So now we have unlimited fuel. Let's just see what this will look like. I'm going to try it like this. I feel like this one looks cooler. Basically bleed off our horizontal or our vertical speed first. And then we'll do this. Those flaps are messing with me. Those flaps are messing with me. Crap. Okay, it's definitely landable. Put SAS in a 90-degree upward. Quick save file should work for anybody, yep. I'm also going to do this. A cool pitch maneuver because we have the delta V to do it. AKA we have infinite delta V. Okay. Okay, Willy Wonka, what are you doing here? Well, that got interesting. Well, we're landing fully backwards. Eek! That was dumb. That was dumb. I'm sorry. Awesome, Demi the Kid. Thanks for finding that video, and thanks for saying hi. Here we are, working on landing a BFR. Very aggressively. We're doing some full-blown, awesome maneuvers. We are looking just to have some fun here, sporting the old BFR around. Let's gain some speed and see if we can actually control this thing. Go straight, you jerk. What you doing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Horizontal velocity be gone. Nah. The extreme way. Extreme BFR landing. You won't believe what this BFR pilot did. 13 reasons why the BFR will land better than you can. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Ha 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 ha. That was the worst landing ever, but there it is. 10 things a BFR pilot doesn't want you to know. Oh, there we go. Mods, we are not running very many mods. We're running Kerbal Engineering Program. Other than that, ta-da. Hey, we'll see you later, Kung Fu Fat Bear. And Nico, I am reading it, just not very well. I need to make a way to make that, like, super, super obvious. Because I want my Discord people to really be obvious. You guys are gonna see a little schnuckle there. There we go. Can you guys still see that okay? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Now that we did that, I do want to just make it better. BFR. 13 things the BFR doesn't want you to know. Alright, recover this. I did a better landing than Blue Origin. That first Blue Origin landing was pretty hilarious. It was like, just kind of went off and did its own thing. Yeah, I should show you guys my wall is looking even more impressive these days. Check this out. This is actually, see that space shuttle poster? That's actually always been in this room. It just, or that canvas there. It was just above my desk, so you guys didn't get to see it. And now you do. Hey, watch this. I have this. Hang on. Here's my dumb mouse. I have this. There we go. Check this out. My wall is looking better every day. See it? I'll also kind of focus so you can, I don't know, see it. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm pretty stoked. So there we go. That's that. Oh yeah, people wanted that save file. How about I get you guys that, huh? Let me get this back to how it was. I don't know, something about like this. Then I'll have to refocus. And I'm also going to take a break and I'm going to post that file quick for you guys. How does that look? Does that look okay? Bum, 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 bum. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to load up into my... Here, let me find it first. YouTube.com/everydayastronaut. We're going to pull this baby up for you guys. And then I'm going to do this quick. Just so you don't have to look at my face. Huge. Ain't nobody want that. Oh, I just threw a pick way too far. Hey. Here's what we're going to do. Here, where is that? Show more. Craft file is right here. I'm going to be posting this in the chat. And hopefully I can pin this or something. I don't know much about this chat here. Can we pin this or something? No. Well, there you go. It's just kerbalx.com/everydayastronaut. You'll find it. And now we are going to do this. I'm going to post that quick save file for you guys. Properties, local files. Browsers, local files. Oh, Surgeon Simulator. I have 3 games in Steam, or like 4. And one of them is Surgeon Simulator, because obviously. Okay. Here we go. Where are we? We are in the Everyday Astronaut. Let's get that quick save file going. Quick save, is that this one today at 5:15? It's 5 already? I have to go. I had no idea it was that late. Alright, let's see. Where am I looking? I'm going to load this thing up here. So, oops. You guys will have this for your own entertainment. You can try playing around with that landing. View all thing. How do I upload add a... Here. I'm a little nervous to have this up. I feel like something's going to happen. Upload craft. Do you have to do like upload something else? How do you do that? Did my live stream crash? Hello? There we go. Okay. Just grab the whole folder. Okay. Actually, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and quick loading your save. Do a manual save. I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna just have my Discord people help me out with that real quick. I gotta go because I'm like late, and they will help me do that. I'm gonna sign off here. I want to thank you guys so much for joining and hanging out today. I don't know if this will be the one that we post. We might do a few tweaky things before we post this one and refly the mission. So look for me to go live again, and if I do, please join and hang out and help again. We'll maybe do it better and faster and cleaner than this time, and actually make it so we land both of our BFRs, both the boosters and both of the BFR ships. It should be a lot of fun. So join me next time. It might be tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a good day for me to live stream again. If that works for you guys, let me know. Find me on Instagram to tell me if you want me to live stream and some other things. But I do have to go. Thank you guys for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So we'll see you guys later, all right? Have a great rest of your weekend, and I hope it treats you well. I'm Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, bringing space down to Earth for everyday people.
I think we all dreamt about going to space when we were kids. But when the space shuttle program ended in 2011, I discovered a void in my life. That emptiness led to a newfound obsession with space. A few years later, I wound up bidding on a Russian spacesuit as a joke. When the box arrived at my doorstep, my friends asked, "What are you gonna do with a spacesuit?" The answer? What can't I do with a spacesuit? That's how Everyday Astronaut was born. Since then, the suit hasn't left my side. It's even gone around the world with me. From remote villages in Myanmar, rockets, and spaceships. To beautiful fields in Norway.
I'm fighting a cow to get a picture right now.
Here I am on vacation in the beautiful Norway with my beautiful boyfriend.
I even proposed to my wife in the suit at Machu Picchu in Peru. These days I work with leaders in the space industry to create fun and inspirational content. I've even been invited to different NASA facilities across the country, all for the sake of sharing my excitement with the world.
Hey there, it's me, Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but NASA is doing some incredible things. This is church for us space nerds.
This is where Gene Kranz was sitting when people first went up.
This is with permission.
I still don't know how. I love that I'm standing on something that says urine bags.
This thing's gonna fly like a cat in heat. Whatever that means. That dog's gonna have a sore throat by the end of the day, I'll tell you that. Especially once he tries to explain to his friends that he just saw an astronaut flying majestically through the sky for an hour.
This thing has officially become the bane of my existence.
Everyday Astronaut's mission is to bring space down to Earth for everyday people, to communicate science through humor and imagination, but most importantly, to spark your curiosity, to want to find your place in the cosmos. Join my adventures as I seek to find out why exploring space is important, inspiring, and quite frankly, really, really neat. Show your support by visiting patreon.com/everydayastronaut.